All right, guys. So I get a lot of questions from people asking me, what exactly is this pay per lead or PPL model that we've been talking about that allows anyone in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, or any part of Africa to be able to earn from American brands. Okay, what exactly is this business model that allow any African who is serious, focused, and determined to be able to start earning in dollars from real American companies? Okay, how can that be possible, and what exactly does this business model involve? Okay, so this short video, I'm going to be using it to explain a couple of things so you can get clarity on what this business model is all about, right? So let's start with the name, pay per lead or PPL. Okay, so as we know, PPL is an advertising model. PPL is an advertising model, okay, that some companies use to generate leads or potential customers for their business. Okay, PPL is an advertising model that some big brands use to generate leads or potential customers for their business. Okay, so we have companies in America that don't advertise the traditional way. When I say the traditional way, I mean advertising either on billboards or on radio or on TV. Okay, these are like the major ways people advertise in the time past, or even up till now. People advertise on TV, on radio, and on billboards. But then with the advent of social media, we now have people advertising on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Google, on YouTube, and other social media platforms. Okay, so for a normal business, or let me put it this way, for the what is common, what is popular is if a business wants to get new customers, if a business wants to generate potential leads or potential customers, what they will need to do is to leverage on these advertising channels. Either they're advertising on radio or TV or billboard, or they're advertising on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, as the case might be. All right? So these are like the major ways people advertise. Now, apart from these popular ways of advertising, there are companies that leverage on what we call pay per lead, whereby instead of advertising on these other channels I just talked about, they get individuals that they usually refer to as brand ambassadors, or what we normally refer to as influencers. Okay, so there are companies in the US that look for people who can serve as their brand ambassadors or their influencers, okay, that can be able to help them generate potential customers for their product, for their service, for their business. Okay, so that is where you and I, as an African, as a Nigerian, as a Ghanaian, as someone from Kenya or South Africa, comes in. So these brand ambassadors does not have to be people who are very popular, who are well known. You can just be a very small micro influencer. They can work with you if you have what it takes. Okay, we're going to briefly talk about that maybe later on. Okay, but just know this: there are companies in the US who look for brand ambassadors, who are looking for brand ambassadors or influencers, social influencers that can help them to generate leads or potential customers that will eventually buy from them. Okay, so if you as an African can help these companies to get leads and potential customers, they pay you a certain amount. Okay, now you might be wondering, why would they be paying me for me just getting them leads? When I say leads, I mean some of these companies just need their phone numbers of people in a particular region. It could be anywhere in the world. It could be in US, UK, Canada, or Australia. They will tell you where they want the potential customer to be from. and they will also tell you what they want you to supply. Is it just phone numbers, or it can be their name, their email address, their phone number? Okay, so once you provide those information, or once you can get people that will provide those information from the region that they're looking at getting customers from, the company will pay you a certain amount of money. Some company pays $5, some pay $10, some pay $20, some even pay as high as $30 or more. Now you might be wondering, why would they be paying me? Why would they be paying me that amount? This is how it works. If you go on Facebook to advertise, if you have a company, if you are going to Facebook to advertise, okay, Facebook, help us to get people from Nigeria or people from America, get their email address and phone number. They are going to pay Facebook. And for every customer that Facebook is going to give them, sometimes they even pay as high as $10, $15 per lead to Facebook. You get the point? So it is not hard for them to now say, okay, we're going to work with just brand ambassadors or social influencers, individuals from across the world that will help us to generate customers for our business. And so for every brand, for every lead, for every potential customer you help us generate, we're going to pay maybe $5 or $10 or $30 as the case might be. All right. So that is basically how it works. So they are, instead of them paying popular advertising channels like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TV or radio or billboard, these American companies are leveraging on individuals referred to as brand ambassadors. So these individuals help them to generate potential customers. So you see why I would say you don't have to sell anything in PPL model to make money. Can you see why we say so? Because what the company wants you to do, in most cases, is just for you to provide them the lead, the contact details of this potential customer. So some of these companies will now call the individual, pitch them about their service. Some of them will now start sending them email follow-up to help them so that you can convince them to buy from them. But even before all of that starts, you that got them that contact, they have been paid already. You get the point? So that is the business model. So I think with what I've said, I've been able to explain to you what exactly is the pay per lead model and how it works. All right? So simply put, you are helping American companies. These companies are talking about, they are not companies of 1 year, 2 years old. Big brands that have deep pockets. Okay? Big brands that have deep pockets. For example, we have companies like LinkedIn. LinkedIn will pay you a certain commission, a certain amount if you can help them get customers. LinkedIn Learning, we have so many companies like that. Okay, so the big question now will be, how do you start earning in dollars from these American brands? Where do you find these American brands? What do you do? How do you go about becoming their brand ambassador or their social media influencer? And how will you be able to receive your payment? Now you are not in the US. How are you sure you're going to receive your payment and all of that? So those are the information you are going to be learning from the paid course. We have a course, okay? It's not a free course. Like I said before, if you're looking for something that is free, please skip. Don't bother clicking on the ad. Okay? So, how will you be able to how can you be a part of this? How can you become a brand ambassador to an American company that will be paying you every month for helping them to get just leads? You're not selling anything. Okay? How can you be a part of it? Now, let me just throw light. We have some websites where most of these American brands have already registered to express interest in getting social influencers or brand ambassadors. Okay, so many of these companies have already registered under that company or that website. So the first step is for you to get to know those platforms where those companies have expressed interest in getting brand ambassadors or influencers that can help them get customers. We have so many of such companies. Okay, we have so many of such companies. So what you basically need to do first is get to register with the platform where these American companies have been have expressed interest to get brand ambassadors. One of such platform is called Impact Radius. Impact Radius. You go on impact.com, you register. Once you register and you are accepted, it's not everybody that is accepted. Once you register and you are accepted, you will now start applying to these American companies. Then you can now see how much the company is charging, how much you get for helping them to get customers. Just a moment. All right, so let me just, okay, first and foremost, let me show you the website called Impact. Yes, this is the website. So on this website, you need to apply to become a brand ambassador. Once you apply and you are accepted, in this website, we have thousands of American companies that will pay you in dollars for simply referring contact of potential buyers to them. It's that simple. Okay? You go ahead, you register, come here, you can click, are you a partner? You can click and you apply. Okay? It's not hard, but it's not everybody that is accepted. Okay? But you can try. All right? You can go ahead, try, and you can get accepted, you might not get accepted. How to get accepted, you learn that in the main paid course. Okay, if you want to quicken your approval. I think the last person I did for I think in less than 6 hours, not up to 6 hours. I think like 4 hours. In 4 hours, the person got accepted. We're going to tell you all you need to do to get accepted in this platform very fast. And so once you are accepted in this platform, the second step is now to begin to search for companies. You will now begin to search for companies for you to get approval. Once you get an approval to become a brand ambassador to the company, then you now proceed to start to get customers, potential customers for the company. Again, when I say potential customers, I'm referring to you just getting leads, phone number, email address, name, and that's basically all you are providing. It's not as if you are selling anything. Okay, so once you apply, you will get a message like this that you have been accepted. Okay, that you've been accepted. Congratulations, your application to join Impact has been accepted. Clinical, just like that. So after you've been approved, you now come in again. You log in. Okay, let me see. Let me go back. You log in and you now start applying to those American brands. Once they now accept you to become a brand ambassador, you will now start getting them leads. As soon as you start getting them leads, you start getting payments on a monthly basis. You get the point? So that's basically what the business model is all about. All right? So, how do you apply? What do you need for your application to be approved? What do you need for your application to be approved? How do you apply to get accepted into Impact? Okay. How do you now start applying to companies? How do you receive your payments? How do you go about getting the leads without you spending a dime? Okay. These are some of the information you're going to be learning from the paid course. Okay, from the paid course. All right. So I believe with this, I've been able to give you clarity on what the business model is about. It's a real business. It's not a business that just started today. It's been in existence for a long time. Okay, it's been in a business. It's been in existence for a very long time. Okay, so if everything I've said makes sense to you, you should consider expanding your knowledge about the business. So this is what you should do. So what I would advise you do is learn about the business. If you jump in without proper knowledge, you will jump out. Okay? But then before I even talk about that, are people really making money from this business model? Here is an example.
No Photoshop, this is real, right? So on my Impact account, today's earning $214, total pending 3,055 US dollars, right? So 214 made today, so I just eat the 3,000 mark on Impact Network for doing PPL, pay per lead, bringing in leads for brands without them having to buy anything. People signing up for free trials, for email confirmation, email verification, filling up simple forms, and then we are making money without them buying chin.
So you just heard from Valudon. He's made over $3,000 from this business model in the last 2 months. Okay, so I've decided to partner with him so we can all learn, because in the game in this game of earning from the internet, you need to be learning from people who have results. All right, and Value Done is one person that I respect a lot. Okay, he's actually the creator of the course. Okay, the course I myself also used to start learning about this business model. That was how I was able to get approval for impact in less than no time. Okay, so Validon, he's been doing this for some months and he's been crushing it. All right, he's the one that's going to be training us in this PPL model. All right, so if everything I've said makes sense to you and you want to register to be a part of the training, there is a link. Okay, so how much does it cost? Yeah, the registration is 20,000 naira at the moment. It's definitely going to go up. It's definitely going to go up anytime soon. Okay, but as I speak with you, it's 20,000 naira. For you to be a part of it, just go and register ASAP, because you can come tomorrow and the price is 50,000 naira. Okay, but as of this moment, as I'm talking with you, it's still 20,000 naira. So use the link in the comment section I'm going to drop now. Go ahead, register, send us a proof of payment so we can give you access to the training ASAP.